After 5 months of backpacking Asia, we are finally going home. We are leaving Sri Lanka today and flying back to the UK for Christmas and for some cold weather.
And we've got a really, really long journey ahead of us. To tell you the truth, I'm not looking forward to.
No. This video is actually brought to you by Airalo, who I've been using for the entire trip. They're an eSIM company who help you stay connected whilst you're abroad. Our flight is actually not till 3 AM, so we're going to be getting the train along the coast up to Colombo, and there we will be staying somewhere just for a few hours whilst we recuperate, shower, and then we'll be heading on the journey. Yeah, we've accidentally got an extra bag full of extra stuff.
Full of Christmas presents. Shh.
We've got to head to the station and take the train, which is like the Kandy to Ella train, yet it just goes along the coast rather than through the mountains of Sri Lanka.
It really doesn't feel that Christmassy here because it's like 30 degrees, but I'm sure it will when we get home.
I'm so excited.
We have just got our tickets, 550 rupees each, which is like £1.20 or something ridiculous, all the way to Colombo, about 3-hour journey. Just got to wait for the train now.
Oh, the seat is warm.
Oh. We've begun our journey to Colombo. It's supposed to be about 3 hours on this train. We're in second class. We've actually got seats, even though it's quite busy. Third class was so full. It is pretty hot on this train though. I'm in the window because it's a lot cooler than being just like in the carriage. I don't know what this guy was trying to do, but it felt like he was trying to hit the camera out of my hand. As you may be aware, Emilia and I both use eSIMs as they are just so much easier than a physical SIM card to download. It means when we're on a train like this, Emilia can watch some Gilmore Girls and I can just scroll on Instagram or, you know, research something on the internet, just be connected all the time, which does make traveling so much easier. And thanks to Airalo, we are connected all the time wherever we are, even if we're not in Sri Lanka.
Joel has just bought this snack and it's in this like chemistry piece of paper. It's really weird. Look at these.
It's quite interesting, to be fair. It looked like a Scotch egg, a mini Scotch egg, but it's definitely not. It's a little bit spicy, but it's nice.
We've only got about half an hour until we are in Colombo, and then we can go to our next place before we have to get the flights.
And we can actually have a shower because I feel so hot and sweaty from this train ride.
It is pretty hot on here, I'm not gonna lie. We have just arrived in Colombo and we're going to go get a pick-me taxi using our Airalo eSIM because it's an e-hailing service. It's a great way to get a TukTuk without getting ripped off. As you can see, the power looks like it's off and it's really busy here. Yeah. Colombo's crazy. It's probably going to take about an hour to get to our hotel room because the traffic is awful.
It's crazy, there's just tuk-tuks everywhere, bikes everywhere, everyone's bibbing, it's going off.
That tuk-tuk ride took 2 hours. I think because of the rain and just all the traffic, it just took forever. But we have now checked into our hostel and we have actually refreshed. We've had a shower and we're feeling a lot better. However, we have got a new problem.
I've seen about 3 cockroaches in this room. One of them was literally on the bed. I was like, nope, I'm just gonna try and keep all my stuff shut. Hopefully there's no cockroaches in my stuff.
And because the journey took a lot longer than expected, we've only got about another hour until we're gonna leave. So we're just gonna leave now. We're gonna get out of this crazy little room and head straight to the airport.
It's there!
What?
A cockroach.
Emilia's just staying on the bed, avoiding it.
I just saw another one.
Did you?
Yeah, it just went back.
Yeah. We've just ordered our pick-me. He gave me a call using the Airalo eSIM and we'll be at the airport in about 10 minutes. It's not far at all from here. We have finally got to the airport after all that travelling. Blimey, that was a long, quite funny process.
But we've got another long travel day.
Yeah. As you can probably tell, we were not looking forward to it. have just arrived in Doha. We've got a really quick layover here until we go straight over to London. We've got to go into our gate already. Here we go. On our second flight, we were given candy canes and a turkey roast dinner. How cool is this? And we have arrived back in London Heathrow. I'm so excited, but it is so cold, isn't it?
It's freezing. I need my jumper. Can't wait to get like my coat on and like scarf and hat. And,
Let's go see my mum, who I haven't seen in like 5 or 6 months.
she's gonna be so excited.
We're back in the car and we're driving home, but just being on the motorway is completely different to the experience in the tuk-tuk yesterday when it was drenched with rain and the tuk-tuks were beeping and going crazy. Look at this, look how organised it is here. It's still raining though, but much more English drizzle. And we're back home. It really does feel like the end of a year. I've actually had to get a new passport. Look, this is my old passport and this is my new one. We've hit 100,000 subscribers, which blows my mind, and I'm just thankful for everyone who is subscribed. And we are looking to go to new places next year. By the time you're watching this, if you follow us on Instagram, then you'll probably know that we are in Iceland. Some very cool videos coming soon. Now we're going to be doing a Q&A, and I asked you guys on Instagram and a few videos back of any questions you've had about traveling, Emilia and myself, anything, and so we're going to answer those questions. But first, let's talk about Airalo. As you've seen throughout this video, Airalo helps us to stay connected in our daily lives whilst traveling. As you've probably realized, I'm a little bit obsessed with staying connected. As I did earlier, I already have my eSIM downloaded on my iPhone before landing in a new country. This means we can be safe and easily order a taxi on our phone or research how to get into the middle of the city, or if you're like me, message my mum to tell her we've landed. There has been a couple of funny times where we've used our Airalo eSIM for communication using translation apps as our only source of communication. These are times in which you think would be stressful, but it makes it a fun experience to look back on thanks to eSIMs. And you will not be limited to the number of countries, as Airalo provides affordable connectivity using eSIMs to over 200 countries and regions. You can easily download the eSIMs from just one single app, and there's no need to go on a hunt for a physical SIM card. And in my opinion, the best thing is you can keep your home SIM card in your phone so you can still receive texts and phone calls from your family and friends at home. Now, if you're looking to get started with Airalo, all you need to do is download their app on the App Store. But you also need to make sure you have an unlocked phone and an eSIM compatible device. And I will leave a link to all the eSIM compatible devices down below. So just click that and it will help you out. Now, I actually have a great deal for you guys. And if you use the code JOELF3, you'll actually get $3 off your next eSIM with Airalo. Go down to the description to get started with Airalo. Right then, I think it's time we do a Q&A. Let me just grab my laptop as I've written down all the questions you've asked me here. Now, how old are we? We is Emilia and myself. Emilia's not here right now because we actually live in different houses. I'm currently with my family and Emilia's with her family. I am 24 years old and Emilia is 23 years old. Now, probably half of all the questions was about money. And I'm going to be quite honest with you guys about how we earn income, all of our sources and stuff. So just to give you a bit more of an insight of how we can afford this lifestyle. How do we earn money? How do we afford to live this lifestyle? Over the last couple of years, whilst we've been traveling together, we have always stuck to a strict budget. I guess we have slightly increased our budgets thanks to you guys, because everyone who watches this YouTube channel helps us to keep on traveling. If you don't know, YouTube actually pays you for all the views you get. The other thing we do get is branded deals, but we also get brand deals on our Instagram accounts and our TikTok accounts as well. So for us, we are not just dependent on YouTube, but we also have our other social media accounts, which help support our travels as well. There's a couple of other ways we earn money as well, through affiliate links, through any content creation stuff like photography or stock footage, which I sell as well. And so these all kind of add up together to make kind of an income in which we can travel full time together. Now, we aren't millionaires, we don't have loads of money, so we do have to stick to this budget. And going to South America, which is where we're going next, I'll talk about that more later, it's gonna be a bit more expensive. So we're gonna have to be a bit more careful with our budgets. The next question is, how did you guys start and how can I start? So if you're looking to start a YouTube channel or start an Instagram or be a travel content creator, then the first place you can start is by traveling and creating content. If you're not creating any content, then how on earth can you start? And for most people, that is the first step. But not just creating content, create content consistently. Try and post one piece of content every single day. If it's a YouTube channel, maybe try and post twice a week, once a week. The important thing here though is that you've got to love creating content, because if you don't love it, then you're gonna give up pretty quickly. The other thing is to try and make sure you're always improving your photos, your videos, all the stuff that makes the videos or your content better. If you're always improving and always creating, then you'll likely keep creating and get to a point eventually you can earn money and hopefully travel if that's what you want to do. How do we find hostels, hotels to stay in? We kind of use 4 different websites: Agoda, Booking.com, Airbnb, and occasionally Hostelworld if we need a bit more of a cheaper option when we're in somewhere like Japan. What we do is always look at the reviews and where they are located in the city. Are they close to a bus stop? Are they close to the attractions we want to visit in that city? And all these things kind of make our decision of where we should stay. But the most important thing is look at the reviews, because if it's not a good place to stay and the reviews are bad, I wouldn't stay there, even if it's cheap. What challenges do you have whilst working and traveling at the same time? As you can probably imagine, traveling or working or editing and all this YouTube content creation side is quite a full-on, and I'll be honest, we do get quite stressed, especially when we've got deadlines for brand deals and all that kind of stuff, because we've got to cram all this stuff in. So it's kind of just weighing stuff out and making sure we still have time for us and not just always work. And it's something we're going to really try and focus on in 2024. The next question is, do you have any advice for solo travelers? And the best thing you can do for solo traveling is stay in a hostel. There's hostels in pretty much every country in the world, and it's the best, easiest place to meet people who are also solo travelers. The likelihood you'll meet people is very high, and it's just the easiest way. Now, the next question is, will you travel for the next 5 years and beyond? And Emilia and myself have kind of talked, and we don't really know. We don't want to plan too far ahead. I think we'll always want to travel. I can't see ourselves stopping to travel. We might slow down a little bit. We might base ourselves in a country, whether that's in Bali, Portugal, or the UK. Who knows? Our favorite place that we've visited. And there is a few which definitely stick out. Going to Maratua earlier this year, going to the Maldives this year, that was absolutely incredible. Going to Japan, I can't believe that was this year that we went to Japan. But there's always one place which sticks out for us, and that is Balabac in the Philippines. Because it was just after COVID, Balabac was empty. No one had really been to Balabac much before we went there. One of the things is it really helped our channel grow, but it was also one of the best experiences we've ever had. Having a private boat in these remote, beautiful part of the Philippines, the blue water, and I highly recommend going if you haven't. Someone asked, will you visit every country in the world? And this is something we've talked about, and neither of us are that bothered about visiting all 197 or however many countries there are in the world. We want to visit a lot of countries, maybe 100 countries or something like that, but we're not bothered by visiting every single one. We just want to go to the places, visit the places which are cool, fun, and we're actually interested in, rather than just ticking boxes. What are you doing now in the UK? So right now we are just editing all our content. We're catching up on all the YouTube video edits and all that kind of stuff, seeing family, seeing friends, and then we will start our travels for 2024. As you're probably watching this, if you're watching it on the day of release or a few days around it, we are in Iceland right now, so that is our first trip of 2024. Very different from the warm climates of Southeast Asia. Now, what are your plans for 2024? So as I've said, we're going to Iceland, and then we'll be going to Portugal, and then in mid-February, we're actually going to be heading to South America, which is going to be a very different experience, a little more dangerous, but something we're super excited about to try and explore a new continent. And hopefully you guys can join us. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Anyway, sorry. After that, we don't really have any concrete plans, but we're always open to ideas. So if you've got any ideas or places that you want us to visit, then just leave them down in the comments and we'll have a look into them. If you've got any secret places, any cool little stories or ideas that we could do, leave them down below. How do we find hostels, hotels to stay in? We kind of use 4 different websites: Agoda, Booking.com, Airbnb, and occasionally Hostelworld if we need a bit more of a cheaper option when we're in somewhere like Japan. What we do is always look at the reviews and where they are located in the city. Are they close to a bus stop? Are they close to the attractions we want to visit in that city? And all these things kind of make our decision of where we should stay. But the most important thing is look at the reviews, because if it's not a good place to stay and the reviews are bad, I wouldn't stay there, even if it's cheap. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I answered some of your questions, and don't forget to use the discount code JOELF3 for $3 off your next eSIM with Aerolo. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and we will see you in the next video.